Imagine you're having a conversation with a friend. You start your sentence in English, but right in the middle, without a single stutter or pause, you swap a word out for its Spanish, Arabic, or Chinese equivalent, and then effortlessly slide right back into English to finish your thought. To anyone listening, it sounds completely natural. It's smooth, it's fast, and it looks totally effortless. But if we could look inside your skull at that exact moment, we wouldn't see calm, we would see an absolute masterclass in cognitive chaos. You see, most people look at someone who speaks 2 or 3 languages and think, wow, they have a gift. But modern neuroscience has revealed that what's actually happening inside a bilingual mind isn't just a gift. It is an Olympic-level, athletic feat of mental processing that happens every single second of the day. For decades, even scientists got this wrong. The prevailing theory was that the bilingual brain operated like a light fixture with a toggle switch. If you were speaking English, the English switch was flipped on, and the Spanish or French side was completely dark and shut down. When you needed to change languages, you just flipped the switch. It made sense on paper, but as it turns out, the reality is infinitely more fascinating. Brain imaging technology has shown us that if you are bilingual, there's no off switch. All of your languages are active, awake and alert all the time. They are constantly competing for your attention in the background of your mind. Think of it like this. When a monolingual person looks at a picture of a dog, their brain searches its database and pulls up one file, dog. But when a bilingual person looks at that same picture, their brain instantly fires up every single word they know for that animal. Dog, perro, chien, hund, whatever languages they speak. Those words all rush to the front of the mind at the exact same millisecond. They are literally shouting at the brain, begging to be spoken. Which raises a massive question. If all your languages are constantly active and screaming for attention at the same time, why don't bilingual people just blurt out a random salad of mixture languages every time they open their mouths? How do you manage to speak just one language when 3 others are trying to break down the door? The answer lies in a psychological superpower called inhibitory control. Most people assume that speaking a second language is about the mental effort of remembering and pulling up the right words. But neuroscience tells us it's actually the exact opposite. Speaking a language isn't about activation, it's about suppression. Right behind your forehead sits the prefrontal cortex. This is the command center of your brain, responsible for focused decision-making and managing conflict. When you want to speak English, your prefrontal cortex has to act like a 24/7 security guard. It doesn't spend its energy pushing the English words out. It spends an incredible amount of energy physically holding back and suffocating the Spanish, French, or Hindi words so they don't escape. You are constantly fighting against your own vocabulary. Now think about what happens during code switching. When a bilingual person intentionally mixes languages mid-sentence in that fraction of a second, the brain's security guard has to instantly drop the barrier on one language, sprint across the room, and slam the door on the other one. And here is the mind-blowing part. Your brain does this entire high-speed transition in less than 60 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, it takes you about 300 milliseconds just to blink your eyes. Your brain is executing a flawless, high-stakes linguistic U-turn 5 times faster than a single eye blink. Because a bilingual mind is forced to do this intense, heavy lifting from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep, it changes the physical architecture of the brain. Scientists call this the ultimate mental workout. While a monolingual brain gets to cruise on the highway, a bilingual brain is constantly navigating stop-and-go city traffic, shifting gears thousands of times a day. And this workout builds what neurologists call cognitive reserve. It creates a brain network that is denser, more resilient, and physically stronger. In fact, major neurological studies have shown that this lifelong mental gymnastics routine is so powerful. It can actually delay the onset of Alzheimer's and dementia symptoms by up to 4 to 5 years. To give you some context, there is currently no medical drug on the market today that can delay dementia for that long. Just speaking 2 languages does it naturally. So the next time you hear someone fluidly mixing 2 languages together in conversation, don't never think they are confused. And don't think they are just showing off. You are standing in the presence of a brain operating at absolute peak limbic level performance. If you speak more than one language, how often do you catch your brain's bouncer accidentally letting the wrong word slip through? Let me know your funniest translation mix-ups in the comments below. And if you found this fascinating, make sure to follow for more deep dives into how our minds really work. Have a good day.